Hi, Dr. Angela. How are you?
I am well. Hello, Melinda.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Angela. You're looking so cute, like a baby doll.
Thank you. I love your purple.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, before you start your presentation, I would like to introduce you to the audience. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, it is an honor to welcome our esteemed speaker today, Dr. Angela Chester, a beacon of inspiration and resilience in the field of pastoral counseling, motivational speaking, and women's wellness. Dr. Chester's remarkable journey, marked by her dedication to empowering women and fostering wellness, reflects the strength of the human spirit. As a breast cancer survivor, she not only conquered personal challenges but emerged as a thought leader on women's wellness. Her role as editor in chief of Passionate magazine and host of Daily Spark TV showcases her commitment to uplifting others. Providing a platform for purpose driven living, Dr. Angela Chester is not just a speaker, she is a force of positive change, a true advocate for embracing strength and living life with passion. So let's open our hearts and minds and we welcome the dynamic Dr. Angela Chester to the stage. So, yes, Dr. Angela. So, so please start your presentation. So
All right.
just want to give the instructions for everyone. So people have given with your allotted times and with the allotted 30 minutes. So please utilize that because other people are also waiting in the backstage. Thank you so much for the understanding. We can see your screen. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. And thank you, ladies, for joining me during this time. I am so excited to be here amongst such wonderful women that are included in this panel. Well, let's get started. My presentation is Voices Without Borders, Redefining Women's Leadership on a Global Scale. Now, we know that there are so many powerful women in the world, so let's bring one to our virtual stage, and that's Sheryl Sandberg. She says we need women at all levels, including the top, to change the dynamic, reshape the conversation, to make sure women's voices are heard and heeded, not overlooked and ignored. And I cannot agree with her more. The hurdles faced by women in global leadership represent a crucial juncture in the quest for progress and equality. At this pivotal moment, the voices of women go far and wide, pushing against boundaries and transforming the narrative of leadership worldwide. Across the globe, women encounter systemic obstacles that hinder their path to leadership, as well as characterized by ingrained biases and obstacles that extend beyond geographical confines. We begin by acknowledging the rich tapestry of intersectionality in leadership. Diversity isn't a checkbox, it's the bedrock of innovative thought. So today, we explore how embracing the intersections of gender, race, and culture propels us toward a more nuanced, inclusive form of leadership that empowers all women, irrespective of their backgrounds. From boardrooms in New York to tech hubs in Silicon Valley to conferences in Paris and beyond, women are sharing and prevailing in women's leadership. We are dissecting and examining cultural nuances. We are triumphant in the challenges that have been placed before us. We better understand that the global perspective on women's leadership, we pave the way for a more interconnected and supportive network for women leaders worldwide. So, no journey towards equality is complete without acknowledging the barriers to entry and the potholes that obstruct the path, in particular for women in business and technology. By identifying these barriers, it is the first step towards dismantling them. ensuring a more level playing field for every aspiring woman leader. As we uncover the power of inclusive leadership, we find the spark within ourselves that carries us forward in our day to day lives. We explore the notes and successful examples of the associations and organizations where inclusive leadership is not just a buzzword, but a guiding principle. So, as we listen and share today, let us take this information and the passion that we hear from our women speakers and move forward every day asking ourselves, how can we take these models and replicate them? What can I do to foster an environment where women are not just present, but actively contributing and leading? The torch has been passed to the next generation. We are the next generation. So, how do we equip and empower young women to navigate the complexities of women in leadership? We discuss mentorship programs, educational initiatives, and cultivate a mindset that encourages young women to envision themselves as leaders, driving progress and innovation. But our journey would be lacking without acknowledging a significant personal motivator for many, our faith. Our belief system forms the basis for the journeys we undertake, guiding our thoughts, our goals, and connections within the community. I believe Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg says it like this: women belong in all places where decisions are made. We shouldn't be that woman, that a woman is the exception. And I couldn't agree with her more. We shouldn't be the exception. So, ladies, let's look at three ways that we can make a global impact. Number one, by empowering women in business and technology. Today, we look at business and technology by addressing a crucial imperative, and that is closing the gender pay gap. This isn't just a financial matter, but ladies, it is a call to dismantle the barriers, to champion inclusivity, and to empower future generations. I stand with you today, not just as a speaker, but as a messenger of this urgency and opportunity. In the United States, a stark reality prevails, and that is women earn on average a mere 82 cents for every dollar earned by their male counterparts, as reported by the U.S. Census Bureau of 2020. This isn't merely a statistic, it's a wake up call for the inherent inadequacies that persist in our workplace. But let me be clear, this is not just about fairness, it is about economic vitality. The numbers speak volumes, revealing the empowerment of women in business. It just isn't a moral duty, but it is a strategic move for our prosperity. Today, let us decide to address this divide, not only in our individual lives, but in the very fabric of our economic landscape. Together, we can explore the pathways to unleash the full potential of every woman in the workforce. If we simply recognize that in closing the pay gap, we unlock a reservoir of talent, of innovation, and of economic growth. So, what does that look like? It looks like advocating for transparency in pay structures and policies to address and eliminate the gender pay gap. So let's start by advocating for family friendly policies as parental leave, as flexible work arrangements, anything that can support work life balance for all employees as we work towards closing the gap. The World Economic Forum Global Gender Gap Report of 2020 highlights the need for continued efforts to bridge the pay gap, emphasizing that economic benefits equals gender equality. So we see companies that offer flexible work arrangements having reported higher employee satisfaction and productivity levels. No, we're not surprised. We see progress in action. We also see it when we promote mentorship and sponsorship programs. To help women advance in their careers and mentorship programs, it plays a crucial role in providing them with guidance, with support, and valuable insight. We also know that when women have access to mentorship and sponsorship programs, that they are more likely to navigate any challenge by building their confidence and seizing their leadership roles within their organizations. So, mentorship. Mentorship programs create a platform for women to connect with experienced professionals who can offer advice and share their knowledge and expertise. Through mentorship, women can receive personalized guidance tailored to their career goals and aspirations, helping them make more informed decisions and navigate complex work dynamics. Mentorship also provides a safe space for women to discuss the challenges that they face, to seek solutions, and explore opportunities for growth and development. But it also continues as we look at sponsorship programs. When we add sponsorship programs to the lineup, it too plays a pivotal role in advocating for women's advancement within the organization by endorsing them for leadership positions and high visibility projects. By pairing mentorship with sponsorship, women not only receive the guidance and support that they need, but also gain access to opportunities that can accelerate their career progress and help them break through barriers in leadership. Ultimately, we see that mentorship as well as sponsorship programs are instrumental in creating a more inclusive and diverse workplace where women have the resources, the support, and are able to thrive and succeed in their careers. A young lady that has taken this to heart, Ala Yousafzai. I raise up my voice not so I can shout, but so that those without a voice can be heard. We cannot succeed when half of us are held back. Very well said. Point number two is amplifying women's voices in politics and social movement. In the symphony of progress, ladies, and in society transformation, there exists an undeniable truth. Amplifying women's voices in politics and in social movements is not just pursuant of equality, it is a cornerstone for building sustainable peace. As UN Women profoundly notes, women participating in peace building and conflict resolution is not a mere addendum, but a catalyst for achieving economic harmony. In countries where women hold higher levels of political representation, there is a discernible shift towards prioritizing peace and reconciliation efforts. Today, let us embark on a journey of exploring the profound impact of elevating women's voices in a realm of power, politics, and advocacy. We delve into the realm where women's perspectives not only shape the policies, but also serve as the beacons and the guiding lights for the nations in which they serve. There is reconciliation on the horizon, and the future can be built on the foundations of the enduring peace that they present. Together, we can unravel the narratives and present peace and understanding in a world where women's voices resound in its corridors. So, we look at the political representation of women across our globe. What does that look like? As of December 2023, women constituted 61.3% of the Rwandan parliament in their lower and upper houses. For us, that would be in the House of Representatives, Congress, as well as Senate. This makes it the country with the highest share of women in parliament worldwide. Cuba is second. As you see, Nicaragua, followed by Mexico, the UAE, New Zealand, and Iceland all make the top seven lists. The United States, number 72, at 27% 0.7%. Rwanda, the notable global example for promoting policies that enhance women's participation in politics, in leadership roles, are found in Rwanda. The Rwandan government has implemented these policies because they understand that achieving gender equality and increasing women's representation in policy makes for better decision making processes. The Rwandan constitution adopted in 2003 includes provisions that promote gender equality. It mandates that at least 30% of the seats in the lower house of parliament be reserved for women. However, Rwanda has surpassed this requirement, with women holding more than half of its seats since its 2008 election. So, what can we learn? What are some keys to success? As we look at Rwanda, we notice that they have implemented a quota system. They implemented a quota system to ensure the minimum representation of women in the decision making bodies. They also understood that it was important to have women's empowerment programs. The government has initiated programs aimed at empowering women economically, socially, and politically. This includes providing training, mentorship, and resources to encourage women to engage in their leadership roles. It also includes legal reforms. Legal reform has been introduced to eliminate discriminatory practices and to create an enabled and enlightened environment for women's participation. These reforms address issues such as inheritance law, domestic violence, and discrimination in the workplace. But they also included much needed educational incentives, efforts made to make sure that they promoted education for women and girls and recognized that education is a key factor in empowering women to participate actively. They did not leave out the public. Public awareness campaigns were created and they have engaged in them wonderfully. They challenged the old gender stereotypes and promoted the value of women instead. They found that in promoting women's contribution to politics, more women wanted to be involved. Now we understand that each country has its unique way, but Rwanda does provide us with a compelling example of how proactive policies can lead to significant strides in gender equality. Now, you may be saying, well, Dr. Angela, politics isn't my thing. I understand. Perhaps a grassroots movement is more where you will find your tribe. The Me Too movement is an example of that. It began as a grassroots effort and has since sparked global conversations and policy changes on sexual harassment. The global phenomenon originated in the United States, but quickly gained traction worldwide. One significant global example of the Me Too movement's impact and its influence is addressing sexual harassment and assault with our sisters in India. India witnessed a surge, but they did not want their voices to be left behind. With us, their sisters in the States, it included women from media, entertainment, academia. They were coming forward to share their experiences, and they would not be heard. So from Hollywood to Bollywood, the Me Too movement made a difference. They used social media as a platform. Social media platforms played a pivotal role in amplifying the voices of global survivors. Women used the hashtag #MeToo, created a collective space for survivors to speak out. There was an impact on workplace policies. The movement prompted organizations to reevaluate their internet policies and their internal policies in office. It also helped them get their mechanisms for addressing sexual harassment. Many companies introduced or strengthened their anti harassment policies and established committees to address complaints. There was also legal repercussions. Some accusers resulted in legal action. That's right, they brought attention to the need for a more robust legal framework to address the issues of sexual harassment. The movement fueled discussions about legal reform and the implementation of effective mechanisms to ensure justice for all survivors, not just the ones here in the States. Another thing that it brought to the table was a cultural shift. Hashtag Me Too contributed to a broader cultural shift in India and in the States. It challenged traditional norms that often perpetuate silence around the issues of sexual harassment. It encouraged society to confront and address these problems head on. While the Me Too movement has faced some challenges as well as some criticisms, its impact on raising awareness, in fostering dialogue, and instigating change in policies and attitudes towards sexual harassment is evident in all parts of the world. The movement continues to influence discussions on gender, power dynamics, and the importance of creating a safe space for everyone. Speaking of social media, perhaps that's how you make change. Well, you are not left out, my sisters. Utilizing social media as a powerful tool to mobilize change is something that I think we all can do. An example of this was the hashtag Bring Back Our Girls. It was a campaign for Nigerian girls that were unfortunately kidnapped back in April 2014. 276 girls, to be exact. They were kidnapped from the government secondary school in a town, I believe pronounced Chibok, located in the northeastern part of Nigeria. The campaign began as a social media movement where all of us, yes, all of us, shared Bring Back Our Girls and voiced our support, as well as First Lady Michelle Obama. We used Twitter and Facebook to let it be known that we want to bring back our girls, even girls that we did not know, because every girl is important. Activists, celebrities, and ordinary people use the hashtag to support the kidnapped girls and their families. But I can't leave out a very large group, and that is a group of women, much like myself, that also includes their faith. Redefining women's leadership from a faith perspective. In the intricate human landscape, there is a current paradigm shift. The shift merges the principle of faith with the core of leadership, especially for women navigating the fine line between their spiritual beliefs and their career goals. Today, faith is evolving and it is driving transformative leadership. This fosters a setting where personal values harmonize with professional ambition. The traditional separation between personal faith and professional life is diminishing. Women are increasingly recognizing that the power of their spiritual belief and foundation affects their leadership role and style. Faith is no longer just a guiding force, but a catalyst for the power of our leadership. Women are finding strength and purpose in leading authentically by believing in their spirituality with their professional goals. They are determining that faith centered workplaces are important. An example of that, Chick-fil-A. It's a fast food chain known for their strong values, which includes being closed on Sundays. By incorporating their faith into their business practices, Chick-fil-A insists on a welcoming environment for employee and customer alike, fostering a sense of community and shared purpose. Another, Salesforce. Salesforce is a tech company that promotes a culture of mindfulness and respect for all faiths. By providing meditation rooms as well as mindfulness zones, they offer diversity training. Salesforce has created a workplace culture where employees feel valued and respected, leading to higher productivity and employee satisfaction. But let's not leave out one that's been around for quite some time, the American Red Cross, a nonprofit organization that embraces a diverse range of faith traditions among its volunteers and its staff. By recognizing and celebrating different beliefs, the Red Cross has built a culture of inclusivity and compassion during times of disaster. But they also have community referrals that help in their mission of helping others in need. Now, there's also the Buddhist owned company Dharma Crafts, where they share a wide range of meditation supplies so that you can continue your practice. There's also the Hindu woman owned company Divi Designs, where they share, specializing in handcrafted home decor so that you are able to embrace your spirituality in that way. Or perhaps the Yoruba owned woman company, Orisha Beads, may be a little bit more your style. They create unique beaded jewelry inspired by the faith and rich traditions of the Yoruba religion. Did I happen to mention a lady that I know? She is involved in Daily Spark TV, Daily Spark with Dr. Angela, Passioneer Magazine, and Passioneer Magazine, the podcast, where we honor faith on TV, radio, magazine, and podcast platforms. These women owned companies not only provide quality products and services, but also serve as a shining example of entrepreneurism that is rooted in faith and cultural heritage. So, women globally are leading from a place of faith or spirituality. They are leading exemplary examples of the power of resistance, of compassion and empowerment. They are unwavering in their commitment to making a positive impact on the world and their community. They are committed to making leadership roles inspiring for others. By integrating their faith and their leadership practices, they've decided that they will navigate the challenges with grace and with wisdom, while uplifting and empowering those around them. So, ladies, no matter which perspective you take, the solutions are clear that we must advocate for policy change and reform. We must advocate for gender and address the gender disparities in our leadership. We must lift our voices for politics and community according to your values, according to your space. We must look to education, network, and mentorship programs. Support educational initiatives that empower women with the skills needed for leadership. That means in school and in business. We should encourage mentorship programs and facilitate our professional growth for aspiring women everywhere. Celebrate the leverage of diverse perspectives with cross cultural leadership training because every woman is important. So, ladies, as we continue to break barriers and shatter stereotypes and pave the way for the next generation, our influence transcends boundaries and borders and fosters a more inclusive world. I believe that writer Marian Wright Alderman says it best. You are not obligated to complete the work, but neither are you free to abandon it. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you so much, Dr. Angelina, for sharing your wonderful presentation on leadership for the next generation. So, So thank you so much for your continuous
Thank you.
support with us till now. So I want your support for the rest of the events as well. So please join our next session. So Darali, thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye
You
bye.
as well. Bye bye.